Alright, so I already distributed them, but I think what I'm going to do is just go ahead and add another edge loop in here just to make things easy. So I'm going to hold Control, click, boom, and I'm going to do the same thing here, Control, click, and I'll go to the, actually, you know what, instead of doing that, let's do this, because it's already halfway in between. You can do that too, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to hit bevel, so that way it does too. I can just spread this a little, and then I'm going to do the same thing here. Grab this one, I'll just hit G to do the last action, and spread that a little. Okay, good. So, it needs a little love, but that's good enough. Alright, so I'll take this, I'm going to plop it closer. Alright, get it pretty close here. Select the two, and do Mesh Combine, which is the orange pieces of paper with a in a circle, or just do Mesh Combine, and there we go. So, I might be able to just double click and just do bridge, but sometimes that doesn't work, and it did, so well, good. Alright, but you can see it's kind of like ugly, so instead of doing that, I'm actually just going to go ahead and merge the top to the bottom here. So, even though it's a little more manual, I think it'll actually give me a better look. So I'm going to go to the target weld, and I'm going to choose target. And what I'm going to do is make sure I'm on vertices, and I'm going to start from the side. Because the side's a little bit easier, make sure you do not have any vertices selected, because it'll make it weird. Side's a little bit easier because I can see where the center line is. It's hard to tell where to start here, but over here I can tell. So I'm just going to start here and work my way around. So I'm going to click here to here, and then here to here, here to here, here to here, here to, oops, come on baby, you can do it, here to here, and here, oops, yeah, it's being kind of crappy, here to here. I'll just go ahead and do this one on this direction, boom boom, and boom to boom, boom to boom, and boom to boom. That's not quite right, is it? Something done. Oh, I skipped one. That's why I was getting so crooked. Alright. Well, don't do like me. Do better. So here to here. It's like, I was wondering why that was looking so like crooked. Here to here, here to here, here to here, here to here to here, here to here, and there to there. And you just go all the way around until it doesn't look too terrible. Okay. Alright, and I missed one somewhere again. Where did I miss? I'm not seeing it though. Oh, right there. Okay. Never mind. We're all good. Okay, great. Alright, Q, and voila. So, now you can see we have the hand attached, and it's all spread across. Okay, so there are fingers, and so on and so forth. Should have bent the fingers, actually. I forgot to do that. Oh well, so we'll keep them flat. It'll make things easier for you later. Alright, so I'll take this, and I'm going to go ahead and get rid of, I'm going to go to Faces, and so, oops, I probably should show you how to do that. Hold Shift. Click one, hold Shift, double click, it'll grab a loop. Alright, so you can see it grabbed a loop. And then I'll hit delete, and then just double click, delete, and boom. Okay, so now I'm going to take this guy, hold D and V, move it to the base. Sorry, move it to the base, and move it over here. And we are going to, I don't know how that got way up there. Alright, somehow it did, so we'll pull it down here. And pull it over here, and I'm just going to go ahead and rotate this out, and we will move it down, and I'm going to scale it a little bit bigger because the thumb's kind of fat, and then we will rotate it like this. So if you look at your hand, you kind of hold it flat, you'll notice that the thumb kind of comes down at an angle. Okay, so that's basically what we are looking for, is to try and get that angle of the thumb coming out. Alright, so you get the idea. And I'm not going to spend forever on it, but I think you probably know what I'm talking about. I'm going to go to a top view here, and we're going to hit 4, so I can see the wireframe, control vertices, grab all these guys. I'm just going to pull it a little bit closer so I have a spot to put the thumb into, okay? Because I'm not going to put it here. Although I guess I could cut across. Maybe we will do that. That'll be fun, because there's a lot of space here. So I'm going to go ahead and do the Insert Edge Loop tool, or the Multi-Cut tool. I'm going to hold Control, click here, and I'll hold Control, click here. So basically these 4 little slots here are where I'm going to insert it. So I'm going to hold Tab, boom, 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 select those 4, and delete. Great. Now I'm going to take this guy and this guy, do Mesh Combine, go to Edges, and here's the thing though. It's going to be kind of hard to make sure that this perfectly matches. When I go to do a bridge, it's going to be all over the place. I mean, it might be good, I don't know, but there's a chance yours won't, and I don't want you to get messed up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this one. I'm going to select the subsequent one. See how there's a center line here, and there's a center line of the thumb? So I'm just going to match those up. Bridge. Now I'm not going to grab the next one. I'm going to grab the one after. So we do every other one. Okay, so then I'll hit G. So you can see there's a perfect quad gap there. Select this one to this one, and G. And then this one to this one, and G. And there we go. So now you see we have all these little holes here. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to double click each hole, hold shift and double click. And I'm just going to do mesh, mesh, fill hole. Beauteous. Alright, so now I got my thumb. I'm going to go to edges. I'm going to grab this puppy here, and I'm going to go ahead and use that slide edge tool. So it's just mesh tools, slide edge. If you want to add it over here, you just hold control and shift and click on it, and it will pop up right here. Okay, I'm just going to right click and delete that. Alright, because I already have it. Then it's just middle mouse button, and I'm going to drag that puppy up. I'm going to grab this one and drag. Come on. Really? You don't want to? There it goes. Okay, and drag that up. Alright. Now from there, obviously, I'm going to have to go through, and I'm just going to be soft select, and I'm just going to grab this and try to pull that down. Basically, you got to try and do the best you can to, you know, create a palm or something. So that's the thing. I'll grab this. I'm going to hit B to turn soft select off, hit R for scale, and scale it down, and voila. We got kind of a crappy looking hand. I'm going to do modify, modify center pivot, right, which is right there. W, D, and V to move the pivot. Cool. D and V. Ooh, alright, good. So now it's just going to hold D and kind of put it up a little bit. Okay. So now we got ourselves a hand. It's not a great hand, but it shall do. Alright, I'm going to take this, and I'm going to go to the front view here, and I'm going to bring it over, and I'll rotate it down appropriately. And we'll go to the side view here, and shove it. Okay, let's try that again. Shove it back. And you'll notice that the hand's a little bit large, just a touch. So I'm going to go ahead and scale that puppy. Shoink. And I can probably just use this as a guide. Okay. And like so. And that looks, I don't know. Make sure it's like really good, because the hand's got a lot of geometry to it, so it can be frustrating if you do not have it right. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go to face. Instead of trying to grab all those, I'm going to just click and drag, which is going to grab too much. I'm going to hold control, unselect this bit, leave that there. Delete. So take this and this, mesh combine, go to edges, double click for the two sides, hit bridge, hope for the best, and they did match up. Beauteous. Alright. I'm going to grab this little piece in here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do the slide edge. Slide it up. I'm going to let go. I'm going to slide it back. That way it kind of blends between the two. Alright? Gloriousness. Alright. So what we got now is basically a base body shape. That's okay. Okay. Now because we did the mesh combine thing, it actually got rid of the other thing because it's like making a new piece. I'm also getting quite a bit of history here. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to go to Edit, delete all by type, history. You can see it makes all that go away. It makes it a little bit easier. I'm also going to go ahead and hit Control-Shift-Delete, or Control-Shift-D to make a duplicate. I'm going to select both halves, and we will do Mesh Combine. Boop. And I'll go to Vertices. I'm going to click and drag, just make sure I get over the centers here. I'm going to go to Edit Mesh. I'm going to go to Merge, hit the option box, and make sure it's 0.001 and merge. Alright, so now if I hit 3, you'll see that it's one piece of a guy. Beauteous. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and go to Edge. I'm going to double click. It's a nice 16. I'm going to go ahead and hit Extrude. And I will hit W, and I'm going to kind of pull it up and over. Let's look at the side view here. And we will rotate that like so, and like this, and let's scale it out a little bit and pull it up. Okay, now that's not really obviously going to really work as far as the head's concerned, so I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to make a 8-sided sphere. So you can just go to the sides and make sure it's 8 and 8 in the channel box here, and we're going to do the same thing we normally do. I'm going to go to Edges, select every other one, and delete. And down here, actually, I'm just going to go to Faces, hold Tab, and to Paint Select, and get rid of those. I'm going to then take this, and I am going to go to here and try to scale it roughly the size of the head. And we will also rotate this W like so. Scale this down a little bit more. So, alright, and I'm going to go to Vertex, grab this little chunk here, do B for Soft Select, drag that down, and it looks okay. And I'm going to go ahead and Poly Smooth. Let's go to Edge. I'm going to grab this middle edge here. I'm just going to go ahead and scale this a little bit wider. Let's undo that a little bit. There we go. Go like that, and then even less. Okay. So I get basically this thing here. Okay. That's something. Alright. So I got this. I'm just going to go ahead and Poly Smooth it, hitting this button here. Or you go to Mesh. Where are you? Smooth. Alright. And so I'm going to take that and this. I'm going to do Mesh Combine. Boom. Going to go to Edge. Boom. And boom. Turn off Soft Select by hitting B and Bridge. Hopefully it doesn't get all crooked, and it did not. Beautiful. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this edge here. Use my Slide Edge tool. I'm going to slide that down here. Then I'm going to slide it back. And then I'm going to scale it a little bit in. And move it down and over a little bit. There we go. Okay. So now I got a basic kind of head. It looks like terrible, but it's something there. Okay. So just so I have a representation of it, and I can warp it a little bit more. That's going to come off anyway. We'll eventually delete that, but I just wanted it there to have something. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is basically just further add to the form here in order to make it not look so muy terrible. So you basically just subdivide this puppy. So I'm going to hold, okay, before I bother doing any of that, alright, I'm going to have this thing selected. I'm going to go to the modeling toolkit, which is the hammer with the Minecraft cube there, turn on symmetry, and we're going to do Object X. Now what it's going to do, before I had two different pieces of geometry. Now it's one, but when I do on the other, it actually does it to the other side as well. So that's kind of the benefit of doing that. Okay. So now if you look, we have a whole shell. It's sort of blocked out. I'm just going to do one more video, and we're just going to break it down a little bit more. Just fix a couple of things and make it look a little bit nicer.